Good morning, my beautiful, hungry entrepreneurs. I'm really moved with today's message, and I am submitting to the call. And you can see, I can feel myself tearing up, and I am putting this out to you because this is so super important. It's time to call it what it is. I speak about divine purpose and entrepreneurship, and it is absolutely true. The truth is, when you're called to do something, when you're truly called and you feel it in every cell and fiber in your body, in your gut, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, this feeling overcomes you where you just feel safe. You feel this peace and joy and delight in everything that you're doing. Have you felt that way before? Have you had that calling? Have you had that feeling where it feels like you're walking on air, you're walking on a cloud, it feels like you're floating? And I will tell you what that feeling is. The truth is that feeling, that exact feeling, and that exact feeling that I'm feeling right now, you can feel this energy and this truth flowing through you. That, my friends, that, my hungry entrepreneurs, is the exact feeling where you know you are aligned to your divine purpose. There's no question. There's no other way you know. You just know. You have this feeling of understanding. You have this feeling of knowing that no matter what happens, you are walking in this absolute truth of what you need to do and accomplish. And I am so happy and truly honored and privileged to share this with you, because it's a feeling that I believe we brush off because it's a little uncomfortable. As you can see, I'm tearing. I have goosebumps all over because I know I'm speaking the truth, and these goosebumps aren't because I'm cold. I can feel them on my scalp, on my toes, everywhere where you don't feel goosebumps when you're cold, right? So I know I'm speaking the truth here. And the beauty of this is, my hungry entrepreneurs, is that as entrepreneurs, we have this feeling a lot. And it's our responsibility to never let that feeling go. Never, ever, ever. Because that feeling is the one that pulls in all that divine energy, all that universal energy, all that God energy, and it sits within you so that you have the ability to create and co-create the life that you've always dreamed of, the life that you're called to create, the business, the endeavor, the artwork, the family, the ministry, whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. So I encourage you so much to embrace this feeling. And when you get it, sit back and just let it flow. Invite it in. Stay open. Because it's when it flows, that's when you're the most creative. So what do you do with this feeling? I'll share with you what I do and what has worked for me. When I get this feeling, I know I'm connected and the source is flowing right through me. And what I typically have is I have a notebook with me. Actually, I have one of my favorite notebooks here, and I either write down the guidance that I'm getting, the calling that I'm getting. As the vessel, I know I'm the vessel, and I'm getting the calling of whatever it is I'm supposed to do from a higher power. It's almost humanly incomprehensible to understand, but it's the divine talking to us, right? So as an entrepreneur, we are so naturally programmed to be the change makers, the change agents. We're so wired to be the catalysts, to make things better, to redesign, to create something new, to scrap whatever doesn't work and either start from scratch or go to that next level. We're just genetically wired to do it. So as entrepreneurs, we have this incredible responsibility to be able to take that calling, write it down, and then sit with it for a while until the next level of, okay, how do we do this? How do we accomplish this? What are the next steps? How do I plan for this? Who do I get in contact with? How do I do it? You may not have, the secret here is that you may not have the answers of how you're going to do it, but you have that download of what must be done, which is probably one of the most beautiful things I've experienced. And it's only recently where I really allowed myself to receive more of this feeling, more of the things that I don't understand. And it's not important for me to understand it and rationalize it with my mind. But the more I'm open to receiving, the more I can write down, and eventually it makes sense. The more I'm receiving, the more connections and the right people and the right situations come my way, and then it slowly starts unraveling and making sense as to the why. So I encourage you, as I have done and I continue to do, because this is a lifelong journey, I continue to stay open and not rationalizing why I'm receiving the things I'm receiving. And I'm not rationalizing how I'm going to be perceived by others when I receive this information. And what I'm also realizing is that this must be shared with the whole world. Because not only as entrepreneurs, but as human beings, I think we get caught up so much in the everyday things that we must do, the check boxes we must check off, the responsibilities that we have, the stress level that accompanies life in general. It's challenging to just sit back and really see that there's a bigger picture in play. And until we're able to grasp that, I truly believe that we're missing the mark. My hungry entrepreneurs, I don't want you to miss the mark. I want you to be the mark. I want you to reach for the mark. I want you to access the mark. I want you to access this flow, this energy, this divinity. I want you to access God Himself, because that's when you will be able to lead a life and co-create a life beyond your imagination, beyond your dreams, because I am telling you right now, everything and anything is possible. There is nothing you can't do once you allow yourself to flow with what you're receiving. And I'm going back to that feeling, because that little uncomfortable feeling of truth, of just knowing, it sits there with you for a brief moment, but it escapes almost entirely if you push it out of your mind and if you push it out of your being. I encourage you, I challenge you, and I want to see in the comments below. I challenge you, as soon as you listen to this video, identify either a time or allow yourself to receive that guidance today, and jot down what it is you're receiving. And if you don't want to share it in the comments, I encourage you to have a notebook by your side so that you can write down your experience. And in repetition, it won't feel weird or awkward or unnatural. You'll see that you can access these feelings and enhance your gut and give yourself more experience, so you feel more confident that that feeling is there to guide you. Don't ignore it. Please do not ignore this feeling. This feeling is that first step for you to identify the right path that you're on, to really join your entrepreneurial spirit, what you believe you must accomplish as an entrepreneur, with the flow that you're receiving, which is your divine purpose. Your higher self is letting you know, is trying to contact you every single day, and allowing that to happen will only make you stronger. And I promise you, you will begin that journey where you're flowing and you're co-creating, and it's one of the most beautiful processes. And once again, it's not explainable, but that feeling is the one that must lead you. That truth, that design. You are designed to accomplish so much when you're connected to your divine purpose. And I can't wait to hear your stories, and I also look forward to sharing mine. I hope this helped you today. I hope this helped you on your journey. And if you need to replay the video over and over so that you can maybe identify some of the pieces that you need to connect to, please do so. That is truly the secret, okay? Identify that one feeling that you have and just let it flow. Sit with it. Get a little uncomfortable and open yourself up to the possibilities. I promise you can do anything. Have a wonderful day. Bye.